Hey everybody, this is the Pissed Rhino show. Today we're going to go over wheels and tire stuff. I've got some cheat codes for everybody. So let's get started. First I want to show you what I got for the TRX4M. So I got another set of Swamp Kings. My lighting's good enough. It doesn't look like, there you go. Swamp Kings, and those are by LGRP. I tried the Trench Kings, I tried the Trail Kings, and just wasn't satisfied with them. So I decided to go back to the Swamp Kings. And I've used these on almost every vehicle I've had. I had a set on Green with Envy, but I gave those to my son for his build. So now I'm getting them back. I am going to try the Endura 70mm first before I switch them. I did some upgrades on them, put some weight in there. So I've got the Swamp Kings. Bring these around front. These are Trill 1.0 Type B is what they are. Type B. And they've got 15 holes in them for the beadlocks. And so you go to Maz Design's website and you pick up these titanium bead rings. These are the diamonds, I do believe is what they're called. The diamond pattern. When you get these, they're just cut. So one side usually is kind of grimy and the other side's pretty clean. Yowzers. Put my hand on it, does that work? Nope, that ain't even working. Anyway, so there's the design. On the Type B's you can get purple, red, black, silver, and then this color. You cannot get blue. Oh wait, you can't get red either. Blue or red you can't get, I believe. So I went with this color. I'm not a fan. This might look ridiculous on my green truck, but I might go with purple wheels just so I can, I don't know, stand out a little bit. But this will be what's going in Green with Envy. I will be putting weights in. I mean, just so you can get a feel of it. Not bad, right? That's gonna look pretty badass. These beadlock rings just make it. They don't look like much, but when you put them on a truck, you guys have seen my other TRX4Ms. They're just badass. So, anyway. So this is what will be going on Green with Envy. That'll be the wheel and tire setup. I'll have weights in the front, none in the back. These do have brass rings, so they'll all have brass rings. And then we'll be good to go. So that's TRX4M wheels and tire setup. Oh, by the way, these tires are directional. This should be rotating forward. The V should be rotating forward. Now, I know a lot of guys are going to mount them backwards for some reason, but I tell you, if you mount them the right way, you'll get better traction, but that's up to you. I mean, you can do whatever you want. It's your money. Hell, you can cut every other rib off like some guys do. You can do all kinds of shit. Alright. Next up in my show, moving right along, as they might say, set this here. I'll go ahead and bring these bad boys over. Alright, what I'm showing you here is my cable management. So I hate the look of all the wires bundled up. I love the look of the braided cord. The problem is it's very difficult to work with. To the point where I can't do shit with it. I can't. I'm not physically inclined. My fingers are too big. Wires, I just can't get it. So this looks just like it, right? But it's actually wire loom. So what is wire loom? Wire loom, I don't know if you guys had cars back in the 80s, but you would put the wire loom over the wires under the hood. Well, this is the exact same stuff, only it's braided. And so you slide your wires in there. Try and get a pick of it. So you slide your wires in there. When you let go, it goes right back over it. So there's a seam. So you don't have to compress this stuff. All you gotta do is open it up, slide your wire in, and you get a professional look. You don't even have to tape the ends. All you have to do is take a lighter and burn the ends. Of course, you could heat shrink it if you wanted to, but I mean, with this, you got big old plugs, and so this covers up all the wires. No issue, no coming apart. Very sturdy. Wires go to the motor. You can get all the wires in there. You can see it can slide if you want it to get it to the right length. So this is my motor setup, motor and ESC setup for the Ascent, which I've changed 1,000 times already. You guys, when I did the Ripper or the TRX4M truck, people don't understand that I don't just buy one thing and put on it. I try a bunch of stuff and pick the best. So I didn't like the way the Three Brothers motor was working, so I bought this one to see if this will work any better. The Three Brothers motor, at very low speed, it didn't want to move, so you kind of get a jolt. And that's not any good for rock climbing. So that's why I bought this one. You can see here, got the badass NSDRC RS700 V2 servo, steering you in the right direction. And then you put the wire loom on the cables. You leave a little bit at the end to go into the receiver box and to plug into the power. You can black tape the ends, or like I said, you can do heat shrink. These have black on them, so you can just shove them on that and you can't even tell. And then you got the front servo, which is also steering you in the right direction. And then I did the same thing here where I've got the little bit of excess on the end. But I think that's a really professional look. And it's easy. It's so easy. You cut it to length, you slide it on your wires, and you don't have to cut any ends off of anything to make them fit through the wire. You don't have to put this on before you solder something. You can put this on in the vehicle if it's already connected and everything. Since it's a wire loom, you open it up, slide it on. You don't have to do anything. So that's a plus. So I got this stuff off Amazon. I got 2 sizes. I think 1/4 inch and 1/2 inch is what they're calling this. And you get a lot for, I don't know, 10, 20 bucks. I don't know what this costs, but it's not very expensive. And it makes your truck look that much better. Now for the TRX4M, this is not the way for a TRX4M because these are way too large as far as coverings go. But anything 1/10, I'm going to do my Rift the same way, and I'm going to do my SCX6 the same way when I can get to it. So much stuff going on. Alright, so let's get this out of the way. So that's the wire coverings. You saw my new motor. Alright, next up the bat are my new wheels. So I've ordered about 5 sets of wheels for the Ascent. I haven't liked any of them. Here's a set. These are the trios that I ordered. Very similar color, but the beadlock ring and setup is just way better. These are Vitavon. So these are really good high grade aluminum. This one has the brass extension on it. And so this will go in the rear because that's a small brass extension. This guy goes in the front. Big old disc brake. And then the weight. Look at that. That is a lot of weight. I think these are 50 grams. These are 100 or 90 grams. Somewhere in there, 50 and 90. These might be 60. They say on it, but I can't read it. I guess it doesn't say. But anyway, you get the drift. Front and rear. And everybody's going to be like, well, they look different. Yeah, they look different. But if you notice in race cars, their front disc brakes are huge and their rears are small. You can't really see them in these. But, this makes sense. I don't know, I just think that's an awesome look. So, those are the new wheels for the Red Cat. Tires. And this is something you're going to need to learn. Let's move these out of the way. So, yesterday I was trying to mount these tires onto the Vitavons, and I was using brass weights here. And I didn't look at them before I started messing with them. And I've already got the weights in a return box ready to leave, or I'd show you. But the brass rings I had stuck out further on each side. Now you could still screw these all the way in, but it didn't slide as much. See, this one side to side, the brass ring didn't move, but like this right here. Okay, and so what that does, that kind of, this is the compression on your tire. You put your beads in there, that's how that works. And since it was so big, when you compressed it, it did this to my tires. So, if I was a smart guy, I would have verified that before I ruined two, yes, it took me ruining 2 tires to figure out that that brass ring was too big. So yeah, same thing, ripped the bead off 2 wheels, 2 tires. Sorry about the dogs, they're a pain in my ass. So these are trash. So if anybody would like 2 trash Pro Line Hyrax tires, let me know. I'll sell them really cheap. Anyway, there's that. Don't be a dumbass like me. If you're gonna use aftermarket parts, you have to verify them, and you might need to make changes. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Is building these trucks is not just putting them together. It's not that easy. With aftermarket parts, everything's different. Everything. So you have to verify everything. So I didn't on this. I ruined 2 tires, which I also have 2 tires that are good, but I decided to order the Pro Line Bajas like that are on my Rift. Only it'll be smaller because the Rift has 2.2 inch wheels and these have 1.9. But the tires should be pretty close in size and will look pretty ridiculous on this Red Cat. They're really big. I hope it doesn't lift it up too high, but I'm trying with my links and chassis. I'm trying to get it really low so the tires don't affect it that much, but we'll see what happens. If they suck, well, I'll order something else. That's what I do. I do it until I find exactly what I want. So, alright, so that's tires and wheels for the Red Cat. Another thing with the Red Cat, I got a carbon fiber chassis coming. These are the original side plates. I got these in. These are for the carbon fiber high clearance sliders. So let's see what the difference. These are called high clearance. Alright, so a nice piece of Delron. And so, oh, I see. So it's probably this way. It doesn't go all the way at the front, so this leans down like this. I should do it sideways so you can see. So the holes line up here. So when in the vehicle, this tilts. And so there's potential that clearance could take that out because the chassis only comes to right here. And so what they're doing here is the chassis ends here and goes straight up. So you're cutting off that portion and making this a high clearance. Plus the thickness, you got all this thickness here, all that's gone. So that's the only hanging fruit is this, but that goes right up against the chassis. So you can't really get rid of that anyway because the chassis is there. But so these look really nice. These are by DSM off-road. I know they make a lay down servo mount for the TRX4M. I never bought one because I was happy with the Mias ones. They work great, never had an issue. But they're making a carbon fiber chassis for the Red Cat Ascent called the Rock Warrior. And these go with it. So the Rock Warrior doesn't come out till mid-December, but these came out before the chassis, which is weird. Admittedly, very weird that these came out first. But I'm glad I got them. It'll just make it that much more easy to put that thing together once it gets here. And that's why, that and the links are why this is in pieces. So, link-wise, I showed you these last time, I think. These are Samix. Yeah, Samix. Samix. Alright. So these are Samix links. I ordered some SSD ends because the metal ones, I just don't like them. They move around, and to get them to not move around, you got to add nuts, and that makes them longer, blah, 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 blah. And then these I had that came with a kit, and they're just junk. You can see when it screws in, it goes almost outside. Crazy. So those are very difficult to get on. So I ordered the SSDs. That should make them nice and pretty and work great. We'll find out though. They could suck. That's with everything I show you guys here. I show you this and I tell you the results because I don't want you having to go through what I go through. Not that I'm special or anything, but I just have the ability to buy a bunch of shit and test it out, unlike most people who are smarter than I am. So it'd be different if I made any money off this stuff, but I don't. I just play with it and it sits. And okay, next up to bat. This is the big one. This is the big one. So this showed up yesterday, and I'm kind of pissed off about it, but I understand that shit happens. So finally got this in. Let me raise the camera up a little bit. So, Team Associated, RC10, World Champion, National Champion. This is what I had as a kid, only not clear. So this is the special clear edition RC10. Limited edition, very limited quantities. Don't know what the quantity is, but I did start a Facebook group for these too, so if you're interested in the RC10, a lot of guys my age started out with the RC10 because it was the bad of the bad when I was younger. So I had one of these when I was 11, and I raced the shit out of it. We had a carpet track in my hometown there in Madison, Indiana. And I would go there every Saturday. My parents would drop me off, and I'd race all night. I'm pretty sure that's how I got one of these, is because my parents had time to themselves on Saturdays, so they were willing to purchase something like this for me. We were I don't want to say we were poor, because there's people well worse off than we were. But we didn't have money for something like this. This was unheard of. I mean, I had to buy my own bicycle. I had to get a job and actually earn money to get my own bicycle. But this, which cost more than my bicycle, my parents just went ahead and bought it for me. Why, you say? Because Saturday night's all right. And my parents wanted to have a day to themselves, or an evening to themselves once a week. I'm guessing they might have went home and slept just because of all the stress and hassle of having me as a kid. But I was 11 years old, built it from the ground up by myself, because these are kits. You have to build these. It's not like today's where anybody can just go buy a badass truck and think they're an RC guy, but then something breaks and then they're fucked because they don't know what to do. With this, you put it together, you know every screw, every nut, every washer, every spacer, everything. So when you crash, you know exactly what you need to replace, what you can fix on the spot. So it earned its money. I had a couple more after that, but it was in 1985 where I got my first one, I believe. It's hard to remember, but somewhere around there. 1985, I had my first car. I built it myself, and I've been doing it ever since. So, if my parents would have bought me a Grasshopper, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, because I wouldn't know shit about it. Because Grasshopper came built in a box. It was a piece of shit, but it was still considered hobby grade. But anyway, so now you know my excitement, because this is something I love. And it's pretty cool to have a limited edition. So, and then when I receive it, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, the box is smashed in. Totally smashed. So if I was a reseller, I'd be upset because the box is smashed. The seal came off. It's junk. So I called Team Associated, or actually Associated Electronics, and they told me to open it up and see if there's anything wrong. So I opened it up. You got your bag of parts. Here's wheels, tires, there's headlights, there's the spinners, some bushings. And this one you've got shocks. You got your aluminum shocks. And it comes with shock oil. Rear brace. A-arms. These are the rear. Comes with every little thing. Everything's clear. This car had nothing clear on it when you bought it, except for the body back in the day. This is a clear battery tray. Got the wing. It's in decent shape. Got the cockpit. It looks good. There's the front A-arms and brace. Here's the steering. Sorry I'm going through all this, but one, I think everybody'd like to see it, and two, I want to, so play along. Obviously this is the transmission. So the original was called the Gold Pan, because the pan was gold. Everybody knows about the gold pan. Now this one is a silver pan because it's a clear edition. Looks alright. Man, I remember it being sturdier than this, but I could be wrong. I think they went to a thinner gauge. But anyway, so this was a gold pan. This one is a silver pan. Last but not least, we've got Allen wrenches. We've got ball ends to make your own tie rods. And you got the front bumper. Antenna, stickers, manual, all kinds of good stuff in here. Double-sided tape. I wish some of the original aftermarket part companies would come out with some stuff. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Novak. Novak was my brand. N-A-V-O-K or N-O-V-A-K. Speed controllers, servos. Most people used Futaba servos or JR if you could find one cheap enough. But I had a Novak at one point just because it was a Novak. It probably was horrible, but motors... you had Reedy, which was a big name. Of course, that's an subsidiary, I think, of Associated Electronics. So, Reedy, you would get your motors, Novak speed controls. Tekin was big. Tekin's still out there. And I figure if I build this, I'm going to put a Tekin motor, Tekin ESC. Probably try and find I don't know, but it will have an NSDRC servo in it, so that'll be cool. It'll be one of the few, I'm sure. It's going to be a shelf queen, but I might just drive it around a little bit. I don't know. I really wish I would have bought two. I'm hoping that they come out with a gold pan, another gold pan. So I can buy one of those and then just soup it up. Put all the high-end electronics in it. One thing you didn't see me show you was the body. This was in the box too, but I had it out for reasons I will show you in a minute. So the box is damaged. Things are bound up. Everything I went through is fine, except for the body. Now, it's hard to see. You know? I can take pictures of it, but I don't know if I can record it. But you can see that a little bit, right? See those scuffs? I hope you can see that. It's all about the lighting. There you go, right there. Scratches and scuffs and a bent mark. So that is in the plastic. As well as this right here. That is in the plastic. So I let AE know, and they are sending me a new box with stickers, and then they're sending me a new body. So I'm glad there was an issue that they might not have a body, but I guess they have bodies. these are low production and they will not be carrying any aftermarket support parts for this vehicle because it's a one-off. So if you did not get one, the only way you're going to get one is off eBay or somewhere else. So right now they're going for about $700. I think I paid $350, in between $350 and $400, and they're going for $700. So I could turn around and sell this really quickly and make a couple $100. But I think I would rather just have it. Have it and enjoy it. And then if they come out with another gold pan or something different, I'll buy one of those and race it. God damn it. So all this back in here. So that's what happened yesterday is I got my car from when I was a kid, and then I tried to open it and be happy and found that the box was completely smashed and that the body was messed up. So I will close this box back up. I will wait for the new box to show up. Cool thing about the new box is I could just save it, not put the stickers on it or anything, just save it. And then, I mean, I'll be dead in 10 years, so, but if I could save it for 20 years, the box alone might be worth $150. But the car, I gotta build it, right? I gotta build it. You guys comment below. You paid $350 for it, and you could double your money and sell it for $700. Do you sell it? Do you build it? Do you leave it in the box sealed and leave it that way for 5-10 years and then sell it for $1,000? And if you laugh at that, you don't know RC10s. There's brand new 1985 editions, which is what, 38 years? 38-year-old, brand new, in-box, sealed, going for up to $7,000. So, and they cost under $150 back in the day, I think it was. I'm not for sure. A long time ago, so they were cheaper, but I still think they were in the 200s, but I could be wrong. So that's where the Team Associated RC10 CC arrived, and that's what I'm dealing with. So, oh, one other thing. So on the old RX8 or RC8X, yeah, RC8X. When I got it, I upgraded to the Aftermarket Radio Link steering wheel, which is aluminum. And then I thought, man, since that's orange, I got this in orange. You can get it in all kinds of colors. The problem is, this is a D mount. There's a D on the controller that goes into this. This one is the square. So I found a guy on Etsy who makes an adapter to where you can put actual wheels on. It'll have the hex and you can actually just use a regular wheel. That would have been cool if I would have thought about it before I bought this one, but I bought this one. So I asked him to make a conversion from the D to this, and he has, and it should be coming very soon. And I'm pretty excited because this is going to look really badass on my controller. So that'll be something not anybody has, because unless you design it yourself, nobody has made one yet. So this guy will probably start selling them, but this will be the first. And that's a freaking cool design, isn't it? Reminds me of the wheels on the old Volkswagen, Audi race cars. So that's the last thing to talk about today. Other than that, I think that's a good enough show. That's a long 40 minutes we've put on here. So I think I'm going to let you guys go. So as always, thank you for being subscribers. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it anytime you share this with your friends so that we can get more subscribers in here. I will be doing a giveaway. I'll tell you this. I'll do a parts giveaway at, let's say, 650. So when we hit 650 subscribers, I'm going to do a parts giveaway. And then during the time of registration, if we get up to 700, I'll do 2 parts giveaways, meaning 2 people will win and 2 people get to choose parts. I have SCX6 parts. I have Rift parts. I have TRX4M parts, and I have Red Cat parts. I have aftermarket parts in packages. I just got a ton of crap, guys. Sets of wheels, pairs of tires, links, just all kinds of stuff to choose from. And what I usually do is I let people choose around 2 to 3 items equaling about 150 bucks. And then if we get up to 700 followers, I'll do that twice. So pretty good deal, I think. Free stuff, free parts you might need, maintenance or otherwise. Yeah, I just got drawers and stuff. So think about that when we hit 650 subscribers, I will do a giveaway. And that's to thank you guys for being part of the Pissed Rhino crew. I also have the Pissed Rhino patches that I am looking to sell for, not to make any money, but so I can buy more and pay for shipping, but $5. $5 and you can have a Pissed Rhino patch, and it's a Velcro patch. Velcro on the back. Rubber patch, very cool, very well done. My design, of course. So, if you would like a patch, let me know. We'll do PayPal or Venmo or Cash App, whatever you want to do. $5, and then I'll get one in the mail out to you, and you can have your own Pissed Rhino patch. You can put it on your coat. You can put it on your roof liner. That's where I have mine. I have my patches on the liner of my roof in my Bronco. It's just like Velcro material up there, so they stick right on and look pretty cool. So, with all that, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please help grow the group. And with that, I will give back to you all I can. So I hope you have a great week, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much.